Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all enjoying the content. We're busy harvesting all our potatoes at the moment, so the Jersey are always being harvested. We're also doing our organic English first salad varieties. We've shown you a bit about the harvesters, how we harvest them, how we lift them, but not really anything yet about the kind of packaging process. So what we're going to do today is we'll show you a video of once they get back to the shed, they then go onto the grader. They're kind of size sorted, and depending where they're going off to, put into bags or put back into the bins, and they go out to another pack house to be put in the bags to supermarkets. So yeah, we'll show you all those clips in today's video. But yeah, if you are enjoying it, please don't forget, tap on the like button. If you click the subscribe, and if you also tap the little bell, you'll be notified of all our videos we put up every Wednesday and Sunday. So you can see here, this is the fridge, this is the cooler, this is where the potatoes are stored once they've been harvested. So that's after they've come from the field, which is, you'll just look back and see here. This is them being harvested earlier in the day, before they make their journey back to the shed and come into the fridge. They're then put in the fridge before they're then taken out again. And then they come onto this machine here, which is the grader. They are tipped up with that box tipper, so that is automatic. The box is placed underneath and it can be adjusted to tip up at different speeds. The bin's then emptied before being placed in the next section down. See the next one being tipped up. There's 1,000 kilos in each of these bins, that's 1 ton. I don't know how many potatoes that is, but it's a lot of potatoes. And you can see this is slightly sped up here, but they slowly make their way up the conveyor belt before they start being sized and sorted. Kind of like a waterfall of potatoes, I suppose. All of these belts are slightly cushioned just to reduce any chance of bruising. And what we tend to do is fill all the hopper up so it's good to go for a little while, and then we can start the grading process. So here you can see them, they very slowly edge up the grader and they come onto these different lines. And again, very similar to the grader we saw the other week, the very small one. The potatoes come along here, and the idea of this is to reduce any ground or clods are taken away. It gently shakes. And that first section there, where the arrow is pointing to now, gently shakes and the smallest potatoes fall through. They then come along and drop down. Before being taken along this conveyor belt into the bin or the bag, whatever they're needed to be packed into. Here you can see the conveyor taking all of the packed product. We then use the foam mat here just to protect them before going back into the bin. So these potatoes here we've harvested them. They're then being sized and just taking out the first lot of ground, any misshapen or bad potatoes. They'll then be delivered up to another pack house, not one of our own, where they'll be washed and put into pre-packed bags. So we're just doing the first part of the process. As you can see here, fortunately we are harvesting fields that had very nice soil conditions this day. There is very little ground coming through to the grader. The potatoes were all pretty uniform size, so it was grader is running quite straightforward, not many oversized, which is always good. The conveyor we're seeing here, this is our main size we want. That's the waste pile. So say any little bits of ground or any bits of rubbish get thrown and they fall into that skip, and then we can empty that skip into the muck spreader, and we can spread the waste back onto the fields. Once the bin's filled up, we can then take it away. It goes back into the fridge to be kept cool before going off to the pack house. That metal plate there, that is a giant scales, so we can make sure that when the potatoes are going in there, we make sure that the 1,000 kilos, that's how much we want to get in there, the perfect weight is reached. So now you're going to see this bin be filled up, and then I say the process continues depending on how many we have to pack. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed seeing this part of the process. We don't always get to show it, but it's a little glimpse into the packaging and processing of our potatoes.